Hello, Satnam, it's me, Shakti Sundari, and I'm back with you today for the next reading from the Radiance Sutras by Lauren Roche. So today we are on Yukti, verse 41. Can't believe how far we've already progressed. It's amazing, eh? And today's meditation practice, it takes us back to the breath. You know, so often when I tell people that I teach Tantra and sacred sexuality, they have this idea of the fact that it's all about sex. And in fact, as I have to explain, it is and it's not. It's not about the physical act of sex so much as the exquisite ecstasy of the energies of the divine masculine and feminine making love within our being and all around us as we become aware of and more finely tuned to these higher energies, these subtle energies of masculine and feminine. We realize that all of life is a making love. And so that's what this practice of Tantra is really all about for me. And today's practice is another way of becoming aware of that. So, Yukti verse 41 from the Radiance Sutras. Here's the Sanskrit, and this is from the original text of the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Vayu dvayasya sangatat, anta va bahir antata, yogi samatva vijnana samudgamana bhajanam. And I'll read it again. Vayu dvayasya sangatat, anta va bahir antata, Yogi samatva vijnana samudgamana bhajanam. In translation, breathing is the flow of the divine, where the rhythms of life turn into each other, the eternal exchange. Pour one breath into the other, out breath into the in breath, into the out breath. Awaken to equanimity, at peace in the play of opposites. This morning as I taught my Kundalini yoga class, we often, almost always begin with some pranayama, some breathing practice. It's a very fast way to become present and still and embodied, all at the same time. Breathing is the flow of the divine. Our breath connects us with our divinity. Our breath connects us with God, Goddess. Our breath is the breath of life. Our breath is love. Our breath is truth. Our breath is oneness. Breathing is the flow of the divine. So with the word flow, we know that it's never ending. It's always moving. It never stops. Where the rhythms of life turn into each other, and with that I get this beautiful sense of, again, this flow that is circular, turning. So there's no angles in this, there's no harshness in this, there's no abrupt change, there's a turning into each other, where the rhythms of life turn into each other, the eternal exchange, eternal, infinite, never ending. Simply by connecting with our breath, which is what this meditation invites us to do, we connect to the eternal. We connect to the source, to source consciousness. The practice, pour one breath into the other, out breath into the in breath, into the out breath. And just by giving your attention to that flow, out and in to out. And here it's very specific. The wording is pour one breath into the other. There is this sense, isn't there, of this exchange taking place. pouring into the one, pouring into the other, out and in. And by using that word, we take our awareness into where the in meets the out and where the out meets the in, and where that exchange happens within our bodies. And as we take our awareness there into that place of exchange, into that moment of exchange, into the field of exchange, what can happen then is awaken to equanimity. Because as we give our attention to that, we recognize that the one becomes the other and the one is essential for the other. And so awaken to equanimity. Equanimity meaning a state of complete peace and balance, resting in repose, neutrality, at peace with all. Awaken to equanimity, at peace in the play of opposites. And again, the languaging, using the word play, it makes it light, it is joyous. Breathing, existing, this flow of life is a play. It's not a heavy seriousness that we need to furrow our brow and concentrate upon and become earnest with. It is a divine play, at peace in the play of opposites. So once again, these themes keep repeating, and it's great because then it really gets pushed home deeper into our understanding, into our consciousness. At peace in the play of opposites. This is something I've talked about before. These verses talk about consistently, is this duality of life that is then brought together in unity through these meditation practices, where we realize that the duality is simply a perspective, but in truth, in reality, the opposites are one, and we are one with all. So that is our practice today, pouring the breath, in-breath into the out-breath, out-breath into the out-breath, and just being with that eternal flow. Focusing on the breath in stillness and remembering your oneness with all in the divine repose in the center of those two opposites and the place where they meet. Thank you for being with me once again, and join me tomorrow for the next reading from the Radiance Sutras. Sat Nam and much love.